Hey y'all. Um, maybe I need to make an intro, but hey y'all. That's my intro. Hey y'all. So, I wanted to talk about. I'm going to talk about my birth experiences, and how they impacted my way of thinking, and the difference between the two. So, my first, and I'm talking kind of soft because they're asleep in the other room. So, yeah. But, so yeah, my first birth, I got pregnant at 20 years old and I had my daughter at 21. And I was just super, super excited, super, super scared, anxious, nervous, all the feelings, right? I was looking up different things every day. Obviously, what was going on with my body throughout the trimesters, and just what was going to happen after, as far as breastfeeding and co-sleeping, diapers, potty training. There's infant potty training. What's it called? Elimination communication. Just so many different aspects and so many different. I'm trying to look at the word, but just yeah, so many different aspects I was looking at, and filling my head with, and anticipating and wanting to try. And yeah, I just wanted to do everything right. So I just wanted to get it all right, have all the information, do it perfectly, be perfect. Okay. Anybody that knows anything about life, nothing is ever perfect. So, all you can do is kind of find an aim or focus and hone in, circle in on that, as best as you can. Because, yeah, it's never going to be exactly perfect because this is an imperfect world. Period. Yeah, this world is just imperfect. The way we dream and visualize and try to articulate ourselves as best as we can, we can get better at it. We can, like I said, we could pick a target and focus in and really hone in on that center, but we can never convey truly our dreams, truly our thoughts, truly our space that we're really coming from. We just do it as best as we can with the tools that we have: language, body language, art, music. It didn't end up being perfect. That's the moral of the story. But I think the perfection in it is being able to let go of perceptions and just go with the flow of what is in the moment. And that sounds all Buddha, beautiful, but it really is. That's what it is. And we give birth constantly to different things, to ideas, businesses, manifestations. You manifest a car, you call it your baby. It goes through a cycle. You get it, the birth, you use it, the life. It breaks down, the death. No matter how good of a car or whatever, after so many years, so many times fixing it, it's gonna eventually, even if you know what I'm saying, like you pass it down, eventually 100 years, 70 years, something, everything is gonna break down. Our bodies, our flesh vehicles. Yeah. So yeah, everything in this realm that I know has a beginning, middle, end. Birth, life, and death. But yeah, being being graceful and content with the changes that happen, and not being so rigid when things don't go as planned or exactly your way. And so, yeah, let me get more into the story of my first birth with my daughter, Marley Jo. So yeah, I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted the perfect, like, hippie style birth. I wanted a home birth, no epidural, no medications, no nothing. THC, did have some THC. I did have like natural herbs that my midwives had made. I can't remember exactly what they're called. You know, if I do, I'll put it somewhere here. But yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to just be natural, holistic, no medications, home birth, in the water. I almost didn't want nobody in there, but that's for my next birth. Much business. Okay. But yeah. So all that breastfeeding, elimination communication, even though we didn't end up doing it. I had cloth diapers. Listen, y'all, I was hippie. We didn't end up using the cloth diapers. I didn't end up doing, what did I just say? I didn't do the pool, the water birth. So some things went as planned, some didn't. But the overall thing that I would take from that experience is, one, being okay with that, not being fixated on, okay, I know I'm going to have a water birth. I know this person is going to be here for me. I know it's good to have support, and it's good to have, you know, a setup and a birth plan, obviously, and things that you want, candles, music. You know, you can plan all of that, but not being gung ho. I don't even know how to say that. Just hear other people say that. Not being so fixated and obsessive or anything, or, you know, over having it that very specific way. I would say the more fluid you can be with your thoughts, movement, your everything, the better. And one key component that I would add in there is your breathing. Or I would say meditation, actually. Breathing helps my specific meditation, but other people meditate different ways. Dancing, listening to music, kind of getting in a trance type. If you look up hypnobirth, yeah, I was big on hypnobirth, pain-free birth, and yeah, I just wanted to do it that kind of way. I wanted to try it out. I will say a lot depends on your belief in yourself. You can hear people talk on YouTube all day long. You can listen to your mom's stories or your grandma's stories, your auntie's stories, your friends' birth stories, anybody's stories. But it's going to be individual to you, obviously, right? So, I would also say, yeah, giving birth is a lot about finding confidence in yourself. A whole new confidence. And even if you're not giving, again, real birth or whatever, even in your business, in your, you know what I'm saying, whatever you're manifesting or whatever, giving birth, you need a whole new burst of confidence, because it's the birth of something new. It's a whole new floor for you to stand on, that no one's ever been but you. So you have to get that confidence in, this is me, this is my step that I'm about to take, and I want to do it this way. I want to feel this way. I want to, you know what I'm saying, handle it this way. And that's why I'm giving so much emphasis on the not being fixated, because it might not look exactly how you visioned it in your head, but in your heart you can have that confidence of, okay, regardless of these visions, my heart is in this place of that that power, that I got me, I got my seeds, I got what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Manifestation seeds or your kids' seeds. Birth is like expect the unexpected energy. And not always. Some people, I'm sure, they had the exact time that they were going to go into their birth, exact music playlist, exact oils and creams that they wanted to use, exact, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. Everybody has different zodiac energies, different parents, different cultures. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure the exact statistics on Google anymore, but I'm pretty sure America has the worst for birth, like health and success rate and all types of stuff like that. You can look that up on your own. Maybe if I have the time, I'll put some stats right here. But other than that, you can just look it up, because just look it up. America, with all the technology and well-developed sciences and science and technology, still has the worst for a lot of different aspects in what would seem to be common sense in life. But let me get back to a different space. So yeah, that actually is a good point, because it doesn't matter what stuff looks like on the outside. You may look at people in Indonesia or wherever, and you think, oh, such poor people, such, they don't have the hygienics, is that a word? The hygiene, whatever, the equipment, the technology and know-how that other countries have. It's so unfair. But when you look at America with all the technology, with all the whatever, it's still not just low on the list. I'm pretty sure it's the worst. I'm pretty sure. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure America is like the bottom one or the last two in success rates of births, of the least complications, of, just y'all, again, you can look it up. But that brings me back to the point. It doesn't matter what the vision is on the outside. It's the heart of it. The heart of it is American women, be scared. Be scared. Have zero confidence. The confidence is stripped away from you. It is what it is. You rely on people because they have this up here or whatever, perceived vision of safety and security, but they forgot to give it to you here. And so, yeah, they can have all the monitors and stuff. All it's monitoring is your heart going because you wasn't ready. So yeah, I think I did make that a key, is breathing. But I want to hone in on that and kind of zoom in on that. Sorry, it's kind of everywhere. That's how birth is. Just everywhere. But yeah, so breathing, that is so key. And the difference between my first birth and my second birth, obviously, one, I was very new. My very first birth. The second one, I kind of had something to go off of. So that's one aspect. But other than that, the patience and the time and the effort, the work that I put in for my second birth versus my first birth was a noticeable change for me. And so, yeah, both of them, I was, I already said I was looking it up, trying to be perfect for my first, trying to do it the right way. But I got so caught up on the image of what was right versus what just felt right to me. And what I mean by that is, yeah, I just wanted the picture perfect on the outside, the hippie, perfect, holistic type of birth on the outside. But I wasn't so confident within me, if that makes sense. Which, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to like be down on myself. It just is what it is because it was my first birth. Like you can build up so much, confidence, but then if it's not actually there's a little piece of you that's like, well, but this is my first. Oh, well, but this is a new experience. Oh, well, but what if I don't? Obviously, my mom knows more than me. Obviously, the doctors know more than me. They've already been there. They went to this school. If you let those thoughts even get in just 1%, it'll play out. It'll play out. And I can say that because I did it twice. And with my second one, I was very, very, very confident in the fact that I was doing this myself. I don't care who was around me. It was me and my baby doing this. It wasn't me and the doctors doing it. I feel like just a lot of women think, oh, I have a birth team, I have a doula, which I do. I never had a doula, but I do recommend, just because it's like when I look at the YouTube videos or I look into the doula books and stuff, it seems very helpful, very empowering to a woman to know that it's her space and it's her experience. I feel like, but I can't just say that because I don't know all the doulas in the world. Everybody does stuff differently, but the overall basic just definition of a doula, I would say, a person that empowers a woman through birth, I would very much recommend that. Obviously, you have to find one that's perfect, right for you. But yeah. So, and yeah, in the birthing center, it wasn't, my confidence wasn't in, oh, because it's a birthing center and not a hospital. Oh, because it's anything. Oh, because it's in the pool and not on the bed. Oh, because my mom will be there. Oh, because this doctor is the best doctor on the floor. It wasn't in any of that. It was in me and my baby and my breaths and my meditation and my positive thoughts and my control over what I had control over, myself. So yeah, I feel like that made the hugest difference, was my confidence and my empowering energy. I don't know how to say that perfectly. My empowering energy. How much I felt empowered throughout the whole experience of pregnancy, not just giving birth, but pregnancy. Everything is like a circle. It's not just like boom and it's there. It's you every day getting closer, just like a moon cycle, your period, and then baby cycle. So yeah, that's what I'm really just trying to hone in on, is that regardless of the outside, if you know what I'm saying, if you have to give birth in a car, in the bathroom. I seen one lady, she was right outside the hospital, so right there on the cement. You know what I'm saying? Life is life. So it's not really about the picture perfect vision, but it is about perfecting and honing in on that real center within you, that no matter where you are, in the water, out in nature, with 5 doctors around you, with nobody around you, whatever the situation is, you have that inner confidence for yourself that you know how to handle yourself. You may not know how to handle the outside world, you may not know how to handle yeah, just that, the outside world, other people, external, anything, but you can handle yourself and your own, get into your own meditation. I would say breathing, but that also, I know there's a lot of like Hollywood movies that's just like the hee hee hoo, hee hee hoo, hee hee hoo. I'm just picturing the Rugrats when the mom gave birth to Dill. Yeah, and she was doing that hee hee hoo, like. And if that's how you breathe, that's your own personal meditation, go ahead and do that. Hee hee hoo. I don't, whatever. But for me, I did, I know there's specific different breathing techniques, and I know I tried to do one specifically, but basically just deep, really, really deep breaths. Not, those are quick and short. The ones that I looked up that helped me the best, that felt more natural and flowed with me, were long, deep breaths, not the Hollywood version. So yeah. And then also, I also danced during during not the birth, but the labor. Because in hypnobirth, they say, you know, you can reprogram your mind not to call it labor, but whatever. Just to be relatable, I'm going to call it labor. But yeah, during labor, I was dancing, had a little ball, little exercise ball or whatever. You know, you just get into your moods. I did Tai Chi with my aunt for my first one. My second one, I took a shower. I was up all night. Almost painted a picture, but then I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel. People bake during their labor, whatever makes you feel good and comfortable. And for the contractions, again, hypnobirth says not to call them contractions, but I'm just being relatable. With the contractions, I'm trying to think of what hypnobirth even calls them. I'm probably gonna look it up and put it like right here or something, but whatever. With the contractions, yeah, you definitely want to have some sort of meditation, whether it's breathing, you put on a song, tell everybody to shut the fuck up and leave you alone, whether it's you want to go in your own room and dance, or you want to go in the room with your husband and just make out. Listen, whatever you want to do, make sure you do that. And when you're making out your birth plan, even if you don't have a doula, you know what I'm saying, you can have your own birth plan and give it to the doctors if you do, or your birth team, your birthing team. If you do have a doula, you can have them advocate for you, for your needs, how you would like things to flow and go. So when you're in that moment, you don't have to say it to people like, please shut the fuck up. Especially when you're, you know, you're having contractions and stuff. You don't want to have to do that. So it's about planning, but also not being too attached to outcome, because even with that, you can plan and say, hey, you know, please don't talk to me when XYZ is happening while I'm giving birth. I was watching a YouTube video and this woman said she didn't like that, so I just feel like I wouldn't like that. And then when the moment comes, you feel completely opposite. So that's what I'm saying. Plan for what you think and what you feel at the time. But if it doesn't specifically go that way, always keep a little bit of that with you. Like, okay, but if I'm still flexible to a certain extent on the outside. On the outside, we don't get flexible with our inner confidence, though. That's not to be flexed with. That's not to be tampered with, and that's not a give and take type of thing. That's not a compromise type of thing. That is what it is. The outside world we can compromise with. Okay. So just to kind of wrap it up, the difference between my two births was with my first one, I was trying to be precise and exact on the outside, and I was kind of wishy-washy on the inside. Like, I told my midwives I wanted to feel confident and empowered through my birthing. But then when it came to the actual day, I was asking a lot of questions like, can I push now? You should never ask, can you push? But I did that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to blame, that blame is not on anybody else but myself. I was wishy-washy on the inside and trying to have a specific outcome on the outside. It did not happen because I was wishy-washy on the inside. Okay, then with my second, I was kind of vague on the outside. I don't care if y'all there, if y'all not there, if it happens in the car, if it happens in my bedroom, if it happens at the birthing center. That can be wishy-washy. But as for inside of me, I had a very strong inner confidence of, but this is between me and my baby though. But I'm gonna take my breaths and I'm gonna talk to my baby and I'm gonna do what I want. And I remember like when we first got there, somebody said to me, they were like, if you stand up, it can help move things along. Or even with my first one, my midwife advised me to go outside and was like, you should take a walk. That'll help it. People give advice and stuff. But if it's not what you want to do, don't do it. Or you don't have to do it. So yeah, with my first one, there was suggestions like, oh, you should go outside. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. Just because I was like, oh, well, they know. I never had a baby before. They said walking will help. So I went outside and walked. I didn't want to though. So yeah. And then with my second one, the same thing. People would suggest things. Maybe you should rock on the ball or stand up. That'll help or whatever. I didn't want to do it and I didn't do it. And the baby came out faster. And the whole birth was 10 times more smooth when people suggested stuff to me and I didn't do it. Now we can say it's because one was the first one and one was the second one. Take what you want from it, but I'm telling you from my own inner standing, it was the difference within me. So I would just give that to anybody planning on giving birth. Everybody should plan on giving birth to something, some type of seed. If it's not even a physical seed, baby seed, any seed that you are planning to water, grow, nurture, and produce an outcome with, I would say, have that inner confidence and breathe when you want. And that's not just physical. That just means like your space. Have your space when you want. Have that moment for yourself when you want. Keep that strength no matter what it is, no matter what other people say. If they have suggestions, well, I did it this way. Well, it worked perfectly when I did this. I don't care what it is. Stocks, buying a new car, anything. Go with your heart, your gut. whatever you want to call it. Go with your heart. Go with your gut. And if you fall and you fail, then you learn something from that. Then you can say, you know what I'm saying? But at least you can say it was your own mistake, not I took the advice of somebody else and made a mistake. Now you'll fool twice. At least if you do something, make a mistake, you will fool once. If you listen to somebody else's advice and it was wrong, now you'll fool twice. So let's try to only be a fool once and learn from it and go on by doing stuff your own way. And that can seem foolish to some people. And it is foolish to some people that need a crutch, that need to follow somebody else. It would be foolish for you to do stuff your own way because you don't have that security within that space of doing stuff your own way. Give birth to that. But yeah, let me not go to here and there. Oh, wow. It's a 30-minute video now. Anyways, y'all, well, I might actually edit it, so it might be less than this. But yeah, I just wanted to share my experiences and the key points within them. And yeah. And I wish I would have recorded the whole experience with both of them, actually. I really just recorded the actual birth, but not the labor. So, because the labor is where the magic, I mean, all of it was magic. What am I talking about? All of it was magic, but the labor was where you can see the noticeable difference in my state of being. My first labor, I was asking all these questions. I mean, and it's not anything to chastise myself for or anything. It's just what happened. It was my first birth. I was asking all these questions, had a lot of unsure energy. Just, yeah. And then there was a point in my first one where I was just like, this can't be real. I can't do it. And if you watch birth videos, a lot of women talk about that point. It's so real. It's just like, just stop. Just everything can stop. Just stop. Maybe tomorrow. But it's happening. It's happening. You know, and some labors do go on for days. It's not just that day. It spreads out 3 days, 3 days more. Everybody's different. So yeah. I don't remember the exact hours anymore, but it was long. It wasn't long, like it wasn't more than a day, but it was, I don't know, 10 hours. I don't know, because in the night, you know, you sleep, but you're still having those contractions, so it's still considered labor. But if you take, you know, you're taking a nap, and then as it picks up, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. And women usually labor longer for their first versus, you know, the rest. So that's obviously a component within it, but also just that's the outside, you know what I'm saying? First versus second, obviously. But innerly, it's not something that I could really, I mean, you could just assume, oh, your second one, you have more confidence. You can assume that, but some women have less confidence after their second one, after their first one. They're more scared now, depending on what happened, depending on how they felt. So yeah, just for me personally, with my second one, I was determined to take more time for myself, to really hone in on meditation, to really hone in on my breath, to really hone in on my connection with my baby. I mean, with my first one too, I already said that. Yeah, just, it's like the difference between saying, oh, I'm trying versus doing. That's the energy that I would say. For my first one, I was trying. I was really, really trying. I was looking it all up. I was trying, but I wasn't actually doing. I wasn't actually doing the breath work. I wasn't actually singing the songs. I wasn't actually advocating for what I wanted, versus didn't want. I was just like throwing it out there, grasping for it, trying, looking it up. But as for my second, I was less looking stuff up. I don't think I had to look anything up really, especially since I just had a baby, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was more just on the, okay, so now I know what I have to do. Versus last time, I know this time I have to, I don't care who's there. Like, just, I keep reiterating the same things, but I don't care who's there, where it is, any of that has to be me really focusing on me and my breath and myself and my baby. And we're doing this together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep going too long, make this an hour-long video or anything, but I mean, we're almost there. Because I could talk so much, but I feel like I'm just going around in the same circle. You guys get the point. But I just really wanted to, like, hone in. So yeah, y'all be easy. Make sure you're watering your seeds, nurturing your seeds, nurturing yourself, mothering yourself, parenting yourself. If you're a man watching this might not be all women watching this, but yeah, everybody gives birth on different aspects, like I already explained. And so yeah, I just wish you guys confidence in your manifestations. I don't like calling the kids manifestations, but that's what I mean. In your seeds. I don't like calling kids seeds either, but so yeah, nurture your seeds, care for them, water them, and you'll see, the results that you want, even if it's a result of you lived and you learned type. At least you did that. You lived and you learned. Those are two good things. You lived and learned. So yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. I'm sure I could talk about birth and parenting, and so thank you guys for listening and watching. Now I feel like a YouTuber or something. I can't say that, sorry. I can't say that. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Listening and watching. See? I literally can't say it. And like and subscribe. Hit the note. I can't. Alright, so yeah.